This is the PortKeys LS7P, and it's one of the mid-range monitors, but for the price, it packs a lot of professional features. And today I'm going to show you exactly what those unique features are and why it sits on my camera for now and for every shoot. First off, this monitor is built very well. It's made from aluminum, and just feeling it in my hand, it is surprising that this is under 500 bucks. In the front, it's just a big 7-inch screen, nothing more, nothing less. We don't have any buttons that distract us, it looks clean. On the left side, we have SDI out and SDI in, as well as a locking DC power connector. On the right side, we have a 1/4-inch screw. On the bottom, we have HDMI in and HDMI out, as well as a USB port for software updates and a audio jack, and of course another 1/4-inch screw. On the top, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 function buttons. We have another 1/4-inch screw, the power button, as well as this button, which is pretty cool because it locks the touchscreen so you can't accidentally hit anything. And on the back, we have the Sony NPF battery mount, as well as this connector, and I'm gonna show you what that does in a second. And we also have a little antenna that we're also gonna come to later in this video. So first, let's connect this to my FX3. For that, we just take this small rig monitor NATO mount. So we just select settings and input and select HDMI. And we have our image. And it is a very sharp and nice image. It is very bright. 1000 nits, you can adjust the brightness as well as the fan speed very easily here, and the touch is very responsive. And you basically have all the controls and functions that you would want from this monitor. One thing that is really cool is that they have the log stops, which look like this, and you can select which camera and input you have. But basically this gives you an overview of all the different levels that you have in your image, and you can select to see and unsee any of those levels. And it combines it with this zebra view. That's just a really cool tool for exposure that is built into this monitor. Also, you can obviously put anything on these buttons, but the default is that you have your focus peaking, your zebras, false color, and a waveform. But one of the coolest things that this monitor can do is that it controls your camera. And it works with both the FX3 as well as a lot of other cameras, all the way up to an ARRI Alexa. So I'm going to show you how to connect it with the Sony. I'm also going to show you how to connect it to my red Komodo. For that, it's important that you go to Network, Wi-Fi frequency band, and set that from 5 GHz to 2.4 GHz. And then what you want to do is go all the way up to Remote Shoot Function, Wi-Fi Direct Info, exit and go next. And then what this is going to do is it's going to show you the SSID name of your camera as well as the password for it. So you go to camera, Wi-Fi 2.4, and you turn Wi-Fi on. You go to add new device, and it should show up right here. So you can select that. And all you have to do is put in the password, which you can see here. Hit OK. And once the camera is connected, you can swipe down on the display and you have all these functions. You can stop recording right here. You can set the white balance. And you can even select the different shooting modes right here. And one of the coolest things is that you can touch to focus. Well, this is a really bad example right now because it's just all flat, but it works and it's very convenient. It is also a great monitor for the red Komodo. This monitor is very compatible because it has SDI as well. Turn off the monitor. Probably have to zoom out a bit for that one. Don't forget power before SDI. I like how this monitor looks on the red Komodo. It looks very professional, it looks very high-end. I don't think I would want anything more from a monitor than what this gives me. Real quickly, for a professional shooting setup like this, I gotta address a few downsides. The viewing angles are not great. Usually I look straight on the monitor, and for me it's not an issue. Another thing that's kind of annoying is when you mount the monitor like this, you're kind of blocking the HDMI port. You can see it right here. You can't really plug into the HDMI out. You still have the SDI out. If you really want to use the HDMI output, You just have to mount it on either one of those other screwing mounts, but it is just a little annoying. It can take quite a while to turn on as well. So I'm just going to demonstrate you how long it actually takes. So I turned it off again. I'm going to turn it on now, and I'm going to have a little timer running right here. This is real time. That's how long it took to turn on. So if you're using it with something like the Red Komodo, obviously Komodo also takes even longer to turn on, so it's not a big deal. You can do it simultaneously. You can see it just connected automatically to the Red Komodo. So once you set it up, even if you're using different cameras, it can still find the camera pretty quickly and connects to it automatically. So you can use all the controls here. I can set the aspect ratio, adjust the color temperature as well, frame rates, you can set the ISO. You have all these controls. Again, you just have to make sure that in the settings in the Komodo as well, you select 2.4 gigahertz. It's right here. Select menu, communication, connections, Wi-Fi. It's also important that you select ad hoc. And then in ad hoc, you can see your SSID name and the passphrase. A quick side note to this on the Komodo is set to KMBK something. I had to change it because apparently the monitor can only recognize it if the SSID starts with Komodo 1. So I just had that name. You can put anything behind it, but it just has to start with Komodo 1 so the monitor can find it. Here you just select it and you rename it however you want. And down here in band, you can select the 2.4 gigahertz. And that's basically all you have to do. And once you've been through the entire setup, just how I showed you earlier with the FX3, you can always just go to camera, Wi-Fi, my device, and your connected devices will show up right here. You can switch between them. Another cool feature that I want to show you really quick is Anamorphic Desqueeze. And you have all these different desqueeze functions. But the important thing about this is, to me at least, that you can set it to below 0, which not all monitors can do. But that basically means that you can use it to shoot vertical anamorphic really easily. And it's just a feature that I've been wanting for a long time. I didn't have a monitor yet that could do that. Now I do, and that's really, really nice. So I've shown you what this antenna is for. It's for controlling cameras wirelessly via Wi-Fi. But I haven't addressed this thing. So let me show you what that does. The monitor comes with this little piece that you can just screw in right here. And it allows you to take a video transmitter and put that on here. Because this basically is just a dummy battery that feeds the power that the monitor has through any device that uses a Sony NPF battery as well. And I'm going to use another SDI cable to connect to the SDI out on the monitor and feed it right into the transmitter. And you already have like a transmitter built onto your monitor and you don't have to worry about mounting it anywhere else and feeding power through it. It makes it really, really easy to connect transmitters and then just have another monitor wirelessly like this. But you can also use this mounting option for something else, which I'm gonna show you. Oh, the fuck is that? Oh wow. I accidentally found this menu and you have all this information about the color format and all of that. You can choose where the rec button position is. I think I just touched on here. Yeah, you can make it all a bit more transparent. PortKeys didn't tell me about this feature, but it's there. Anyway, let me show you what I would use this connector for in another way. Really cool thing is that you can rotate this to fit different styles of transmitters or receivers. In this case, we have the transmitter here, so we're gonna add a receiver. And this is our neat little setup. Turn on the receiver here, turn on monitor, and we have ourselves a little director's monitor. But it actually goes beyond the director's monitor because we remember that the camera controls wireless and we can still control every aspect of the camera from this monitor. So not only can we see an image, we can also change the ISO while we do so, or the shutter angle. But there's one more feature that I think makes this monitor really awesome, because when you have different cameras like this, even if they're different brands like a Sony, a Red, or even an Ari, and I have one of those monitors on each of these cameras, then you can select this collaborative control, and basically what you're able to do with that is to use one monitor on one camera to control all the cameras. So say for example you have a few cameras on a tripod and you're running around with another camera, and you're the single operator for all of these cameras. You can change all the settings, but you can also stop, record on all of the cameras just by yourself. I think that makes this monitor really awesome and convinces me to just bring this monitor on every shoot moving forward, because it is kind of like a perfect all-rounder for all of it. Because it can do pretty much everything I needed to do, and it's under 500 bucks. If you found this content helpful, leave a like below. And also check out my latest video, because I've been working on that for over a year now. It's been 1 month in the editing alone. I really appreciate if you take 30 minutes of your day and dedicate it to this piece that I've worked on for such a long time. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you have a great day. Cheers.